So, what are my thoughts on the Smashing Pumpkins Zeitgeist? What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another album review, this time the Smashing Pumpkins. Zeitgeist. Was I guessed? So this album came out in 2007. I am already out of college. I'm just working right now, kind of just in limbo, I guess you could say. Yeah. And a lot has changed. The band's been broken up since 2000, and Billy decided to get the band back together, but he was only able to get Jimmy. James and Weha and Darcy were not a part of that. And mind you, I didn't mention this in Makina, but Darcy had been kicked out of the band right before that got done because of a drug problem, which she actually does, and I think she still has to this day, but I'm not here to judge. So the album comes out, or I think I heard Tarantula, and I was cool. I was like, okay, I like what I heard. I don't see a problem with this album. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike anything I'm hearing. And, I went and bought it. I went to Best Buy because at this point in my life, Borders, I think Borders was still around, but they were charging too much. Circuit City was already gone because they charge. I think one of the problems with Circuit City, besides their doing stuff for their customers with warranties, they were just charging too much for albums and movies. I was like, I'm not paying this much. And Tower Records, I think, was already gone because Napster really put the nail in the coffin for Tower Records. So Best Buy was available. They were charging release day for an album was like $9.99, $10.99. Hey, that's cool. I'm doing that. Went and bought it. And of course, they had different Zeitgeist albums out there. You go to this store, you get this, you go to this. And I was just like, And a part of me is just like, this is a bunch of bullshit. Because I should have, and I don't think it was the band, but I always felt like, I shouldn't have to go to this store to get the full album. I shouldn't have to go here to get the full album. I should just go to the store and everybody has the same damn thing, And I didn't know that at the time, because I don't think Wikipedia was around just yet either. Or at least the information wasn't there. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Put the album in, listen to it, and it felt like a Smashing Pumpkins album. I felt it was enjoyable. There was elements of melancholy, a little bit of silence, a lot of Makina. I felt a lot of Makina was in this. And what's funny is that Billy got more criticism from this album, not because of the album. The criticism was because the other two members, Darcy and James, were not a part of it. But yet, the album that everybody loves to talk about and loves to praise, they weren't part of that either, Siamese Dream. And this album got more was criticized more because of that in a tour than anything else because they weren't a part of it. What does that have to do with the album? Because those two members didn't write on the what people consider their greatest album. They barely wrote anything on Melancholy. At least it's been stated. So what are you talking about? I'm not in that situation, but it's just some of the stuff people were saying about this album just was like, okay, why don't you just say you don't like the album because of the other members aren't there? It doesn't make sense, but why don't you just say that? because when I listened to it, I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable experience. Didn't dislike it. My rating for it, I would give it 4 out of 5. I think Jimmy really helped it. I think, and Billy's mentioned this before, but I wholeheartedly believe it. 100%. Billy cannot make a Smashing Pumpkins album without Jimmy. I'm not saying I mean, it won't be as good. How about that? Because he has done it, and I'll get to Oceana a little bit, but there's just something about how Jimmy plays that it's just that Smashing Pumpkins. And when he's not there, it shows, which was the other thing I didn't mention on Door, but Jimmy not being there on the Door, I think if he was there, maybe that album probably would have sounded a lot better. Maybe it would have rapped people a lot better. I don't know. But I've noticed that when he's there, that drumming is just like, mwah. It does its job. So the songs on here, my favorite songs, of course, and it's probably one of my favorite openers besides Cherub Rock. It's Doomsday Clock, Tarantula, That's the Way My Love Is, Bleeding the Orchid. I love that song too. And I think what I like, matter of fact, no, Doomsday Clock, Bleeding the Orchid, Tarantula, That's the Way My Love Is, and then United States. But I would mention Stars too. I really didn't like Stars at first, but over time I really did like it. But I love United States too because it was just nice to just have a section, and it's probably one of my, again, guitars, bass, and drum. That section where it's just playing the music and no the words are being said. I love that. But yeah, it's now becoming more loved by people. I liked it regardless. I just liked it for what it was. But some people just did it, and it's just playing now until he says that or something. It always happens. Every time I come on, some people hate it, but then later it's a lot of like, oh, one of your best albums, and all this other stuff. Whatever. So I would say if you like the other stuff, pick it up, or listen to it. Don't judge it because 2 of the original members weren't a part of it. That has nothing to do with it. You like the music, you like the lyrics, you like the way the songs are, then you like the album. If you don't, you don't. But I do agree that shouldn't play a part in whether the album's good or not because 2 other members are not part of the band at this time. So, that being said, we just, cue the music.